Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So global indices really pushing higher, especially the FTSE 100 or the UK 100 after it's hit another record high, and this comes off the back of the UK exiting a recession and having a very good economic first quarter. Unemployment is dropping as well, and also we're allegedly going to have an announcement that there will be a general election shortly. This comes after really fierce pressure that Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is needing to call a date on this potential election after it's been dragging on for most of the year. So will that actually boost the UK's economy even further if there is a Labour government in? We'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, let's just take a look on the FTSE. And as you can see from the recent bounce we've had just below 7,900, we've had, over 500 points added to the value of the FTSE, and as I said, record high after record high. But we are now teetering in the overbought area on the RSI, so we are expecting a slight downturn in the medium term at least before we have a possible another spring towards 8,500. And if we go onto the 4-hour chart, we always like to get intraday on the charts, and as you can see here, we are seeing quite a big movement, but now a slight sideways pattern before this bearish divergence could come into play, but has emerged on the RSI. So this is the main factor that we're looking at the moment, because when an index is really heavily overbought, we are always looking for a correction, which we did see on the S&P. We'll just bring it over to there because the S&P on the daily chart, as you can see here, very valid correction here, but this V-shaped recovery really expected, to be honest, since we saw this bounce roughly above the 4,900 area. But since then, as you can say, V-shaped recovery, and are we heading to another record high? Are we going to break it as well? We'll have to wait and see, but it is looking likely that we will see a test, but there could be a possible resistance at this particular area, so we are looking heavily for that as well. On the 4-hour chart, it becomes a lot clearer the fact that we are looking likely that we will be seeing another test roughly at the mid 5200 area. This was the last swing high and the last record high as well. But the moving averages are showing that there is this bullish trend continuing, but as I said, it's a very big but, because we have had quite a lot of talk of another correction on not only the S&P but the Nasdaq and the Dow, because these big performing US indexes have really been performing quite well due to really good earnings report as well. So with the RSI moving into the overbought area as well, we could see a slight correction to the downside. However, we'll have to wait and see how big this is if we do get a heavy rejection at the last swing high, and that's just a few points away actually, so not too much to go, too far to go before we see a possible move on that. So let's just see how things balance out in the world. Are we going to see a big correction on most of the global indices? FTSE doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon, but obviously with the jobs reports, unemployment, inflation, etc. getting better, then it was expected that we will see more swing highs. So let me know if you're trading any indexes. As usual, this video will be posted on our Telegram and YouTube channel, so we'll bring you all the latest in the big events and the big movements in the market. So until then, have a nice trading day and bye for now.